Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Dear pretty girls, what's your mood today? I feel like we got a lot to talk about.
Girl, how you feeling today?
I don't know, but we damn sure gonna talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jantia Janae, your favorite country bae. And we're back with another episode of Dear Pretty Girls and Rock in the Spot. Don't make it hot. What's up, girl?
You already know your girl Rocky. We here. We in the spot, and it's super hot in here. Like, this is a great one. She's hot. She's hot stuff.
Yeah,
Come on, Jati. Introduce our guest, man.
Well, before we introduce her, I'm excited for her. I feel like I need to give her a grand introduction because I'm very excited that she's on here with us today.
Mm-hmm.
We have Miss Tieara. LeAnn.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
You look
good.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for having me on this podcast.
Thank you for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you probably, I don't know if this against the rules, but I'm probably gonna get a free therapy session. I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
And today's topic is about the silent struggles.
Mm-hmm.
So for anybody who's first, we just want to definitely give that disclaimer. Reach out if you're having anxiety, depression, suffering from it. Please reach out. This episode is wanting to be vulnerable, and we want to open the floor so we can talk about literally every single thing that a person is probably going through that they don't want to admit. We're here to make you admit it because it's time.
We're here to make
stop.
you admit it.
For real. So first off, I do want to just go ahead and we can hop into it. With you being a mental therapist yourself, first off, what made you get into that field of helping or just the mental part? Because you got different therapists.
Mm-hmm. So when I first moved to Atlanta, I was a case manager. So I got my bachelor's degree in social work because I know that I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I know that I liked helping people. I like serving people.
Mm-hmm.
I just like working with people. So once I graduated from University of Toledo, I moved to Atlanta and I was doing case management. I noticed that the families that I was working with, they kind of like gravitated towards me. So you got to think, I'm working under therapists. So the company I worked for, you had to have a therapist and you had to have a case manager.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a case manager, but a lot of times like they was calling me like I was a therapist. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just here to give y'all resources. So once I saw that I was able to make like that connection with the people, it made me want to further my education because I would ask them like, what do I need to do to get paid? Like, I'm not getting paid to be a therapist, but I'm playing the role of a therapist. So they told me the stuff that I needed to do. So of course I always been into human behavior, always been into psychology. So I just went ahead and went to school for it, and then I moved up to a therapist. So yeah, I guess the people that I was serving, they made me want to be a therapist.
That's what we call black excellence.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, because even though you are a therapist, I'm pretty sure we all go through shit.
Yeah.
So what's a way that you can detox your mind yourself? Because you have to deal with, so like literally, you're basically like a bowl that people pour their trauma into. So it's like an energy thing. You're holding their energy, but you also got to make sure your own mind is good.
Yeah.
How do you de-escalate from it?
I take a lot of mental breaks. For one, I'm glad that I make my own schedule because if I didn't, I'd be going crazy. I just got back from vacation, a 7-day vacation. So that's some of the things that I do. I travel. I'll just take a break, whether it's just in the city. I'll go out to a river or, go to the trail, go walking. I do a lot of physical fitness to keep my mind in the mental space that I feel like I need to be in. Just not only for my clients, but for me. So a lot of times, like if I feel myself being overwhelmed, honestly, like I have my own therapist. Me as a therapist, I have a psychologist, which is my mentor and my therapist. So he's so well trained that we could be talking about business. He'll just pull me to the side and be like, Tierra, what's going on? You good? Like, you seem like you're a little overwhelmed. And I'm just like, yeah, I am overwhelmed. And I feel like it's a safe space for me because he gets it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He understands that we're working with a lot of people, for one. We're taking on people's issues and their problems. And it's like on top of us having our own problems. So a lot of times I try to have a poker face, go in and but if you know, you know. You know, if you see a person and you know how they usually are, then you're able to pick up on them if they're kind of like mentally struggling with something.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like a blessing to have to work with people that are therapists, because that's how I get my free therapy.
I know that's right. Use that free healthcare within that free healthcare.
I do.
I know that's
Service
right.
for service, okay?
So one thing, and also you mentioned something that I do want to talk about, like how you just need to decompress sometimes.
Yeah.
So I want to personally say, like me, I struggle with depression, but I've never seeked help, not once. So what advice would you give to somebody who is struggling but don't want to just go out and get it because they feel like they can handle it themselves?
Okay. I always ask people, do they have a support system? Because you can have a family member or a friend that's a therapist to you. You get what I'm saying? Like your personal diary. You got to have that one person that's in your circle, that's in your life, that you can be yourself with, that you can vent to. And if you don't have that person in your life, then I feel like you should seek a therapist, and you shouldn't hold back from that or feel ashamed. You know, it's a lot of stigmas behind it. But once you really step out there, anybody I know that comes to me, they like, when I first came, I didn't know what to expect, and now they love it. They eat it up, because it's like, it's so refreshing to have somebody you can talk to without feeling judged or feel like they, gonna tell your business. It's just like you can just sit there and you can let it all pour out. So if you don't have that person in your life, I would say go seek therapy and don't feel bad about it. Just try it out one time. And if it works for you, then that's good. But if it doesn't, like I said, try to find somebody that you can talk to about anything too without feeling judged.
I know that's right.
It's very important to have that person. Like, we all think we can do it alone. I tell people all the time, like, you gonna think your way into a depression by you feeling like you gotta always isolate yourself. Like, people be feeling like, okay, I'm about to go by myself. Like, when you going through stuff, you think the people around you the problem, but really it's the inner thoughts that you fighting. You fighting your own demons and your own battles, and you trying to blame it on the people around you, when now you isolating yourself and you cutting off your support system. So once you do that, you're gonna go into a dark space, because who is there to really save you from drowning?
Yeah, that's
a lot of mercy.
true.
We get deep over here.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not to get deep. And I also, are there any stories that anybody on this couch wants to share? If y'all are open to that,
Stories of like
anything you've ever dealt with that you're like, okay, I'm okay, I can finally share that story now and probably help somebody else.
I'm gonna let somebody go first.
Why everybody look at me? Y'all caught that, right? You look at me. Damn, when I said I struggle about depression,
I mean, we all have stories. We gotta think on that one. Like, I
have that in school. I hated school. I hated the people that went to school with me. When I say hate is a strong word. I hated people that went to school with me, because being pretty, you're a hoe, and we talked about that before. You're automatically a hoe. She sleep with that person. She does that with that person. That shit got to me. So it was one of those things where, damn, I can't tell my mama I don't want to go to school because I gotta go to school.
Right.
But I didn't want to go, so I just started acting out, like just.
And I feel like parents seem to listen to their kids more with that school stuff too. Like, I feel like when I was coming up, it wasn't no stay home. Even if you sick, baby, go. You ain't that sick. The nurse will send you home if you that sick. But it's like me, my baby 3, and it's days. If he's tired in the morning, we are staying home.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't care. Daycare can wait. You got your whole life to go to school. But I really want to raise him that way. Like, if you need a mental health day, you let mommy know, and you gonna stay home, and we gonna go out and get some food or something. Like, I think that's so important, because they throw us into the loop early. Kindergarten, and for my baby, he's already in daycare, preschool, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on. And my sister, why is he missing school? He's 2.
Okay. And he gave me an excuse. He's excused for today.
Okay, yeah, like, I'm tired. Okay, we stay home today, period. Like,
I fell off 2.
I think another thing is, in our generation, are y'all in your 20s, 30s?
I'm finna be 30.
Okay,
I don't want to talk about it.
But yeah, I think in our generation and how we grew up, a lot of people, maybe not all, but our parents kind of dropped the ball on our emotional support.
Yes, they did.
Like, they were taught, and I think they're only doing what they were taught. Because in their generation, they were taught to sweep things under the rug. You know, and I think they just carried on that generational curse without even knowing it. Because I remember times where one day, this is around the time my grandmother had passed away. And I knew my mom was going through something, but it just seemed like she was like taking it down on me. And I'm an only child. So I was just like, I kept trying to tell my mom, like, Mom, you being a little snappy lately. Like, you keep being mean to me.
You
like, I'm trying to tell her, like, you need to relax.
Yeah.
Like, it's becoming so obvious to the point where I'm hurt. Like, it's affecting me tremendously. And I will never forget. I never kind of like had an outburst on my mom, but I was throwing stuff. I was like, "You don't care about my emotions."
Oh, you
and
been
she
a
was
little
just
therapist.
You out or anything?
She was just sitting there looking at me, and she still ignored it. So I get what you're saying. Like, it's like she was just laughing or something. Like, she was just looking at me like, "You look stupid," and I'm just like, how could you just sit there and just not console me? Like,
let's do better.
Yes,
Please,
that's the thing. Like, I think what it is too, my mom didn't know what to do in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't know, because when you say the word emotions, people automatically look at it like a weakness.
Yeah.
So they try to stay away from that word. Like, let's tiptoe around it. Like, no, my emotions is
Right.
My feelings are hurt. Like, come on now. But she still to this day, like, we don't talk about that type of stuff. And I feel like a lot of kids, they feel like they're not heard. You got a lot of kids that's out here committing suicide because a lot of the support is not there at home. Like, kids are going to run away. Kids are going to act out and be unruly when they don't have that support at home.
Right.
So I think it's important for mothers and fathers, both parents, to pay attention to their kids' mental health as well, because even though they're children, they still have feelings and they still have mind of their own.
And all their feelings are also valid. You know what I'm saying? That's their problems that they're going through at that age. Like, we're not to... Because I feel like in the Black community, when you're a kid and you stressed or something, they just laugh at you like, girl, you ain't got no bills. What you stressed for?
Exactly.
It's like,
you go through stuff.
do you know what the teacher said to me today? Did anybody check my book bag to see how much homework I got? Like, is anything... Like, what are we doing?
So a lot of times, it goes unaddressed, and people carry that out throughout their life, and they never get over it. A lot of my clients come in, they be like, well, you know what kind of childhood I had? And I'm like, I think we all have a story about our childhood. And living in a Black community, growing up with Black parents. Like, maybe it was slavery, something embedded, in the past that hindered them to really be able to be there for us. So I think it took for me to become a therapist and for me to really do my own research. I'm like, okay, my mom wasn't there for me emotionally because her mom wasn't there for her emotionally. Like, she don't know how to deal with her emotions. Even now at 60, I don't think so. Like, she just don't know how. She don't know how. So I can't expect her, or I can't blame her for that, because she don't know anymore.
And we gotta take it easy on them too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like now at my big age and me being so aware, I be telling my mom, like, Mom, you ain't even care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they don't care until I was in trouble. Like, until like the grades came and I got all F's. Then it's like, well, what the hell's going on? It's like, girl, I done came in this house every day for the last 3 months. Nobody asked me, how was your day? How was school today? How you feeling?
It's always
that was my problem. I used to ignore my mom.
Oh, shoot.
And that was a problem. I used to get in the car every day, and she'll be, how was your day? How was school? Good. I hated talking. How was your day? Good.
But at least your mom asks. You gotta give her that.
My mom was yelling, you didn't clean this up. Every day. I'm like, oh my God, that is stressful.
Do y'all think having, like, being a baby or being the only child has something to do with that?
Yeah.
Because I'm the baby, and I don't get that other stuff.
Right. Okay.
I didn't get, like, the yelling. Like, I was.
Well, no, I'm the baby, and I was still getting cursed out.
Yeah.
I was cursed out, very much so. I'm the baby that was still cursed out. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I really did not have a gentle parent, but I thank God that I had the type of mother that I do have now, because it's like, that's where I get my strength from. I think I probably would be like a little weak, little green, little lame, like, if it weren't for my mom, because my mom don't play. Like, my mom is like, what? You, like, she always taught me to stand up for myself. Like, all the time. And I feel like she went so hard on it because she saw that I was so soft. Like, my heart was just so soft, and I just wanted to care for everybody. I was just, so she was just doing, the best thing really for me.
And it really comes in handy with these men.
It does.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
What? Shout out to Mom Waffle. What?
I will never forget what my mama told me. I was in 6th grade, and the school was about to jump me over some Jordans. And I cried. Like, I was...
You say
That was some random Jordans that came out the whole school for to jump me. But I cried right there. And I remember my mama saying, I don't care how mad you are. I don't care what you're feeling. You don't ever cry in front of nobody.
Never let
until
you
get
sweat.
Yeah, and to this day, I keep that with me. No matter how I'm feeling, I do not cry in front of nobody. And I think that turns it into cussing them out because I can't cry.
Wow.
But that stuck with me for so long. So I definitely get what y'all saying.
Yeah.
Even when you hit on the children, it's like children go through shit.
Yeah.
Children really go through shit.
They
An
do.
8-year-old hung himself. I remember that story because he was being bullied for they was calling him gay. He wasn't gay. But that shit hurt.
Even if he was, leave the boy alone.
Exactly. It's not y'all business.
Y'all
Don't be
freaking
cruel.
8.
Hung
Kids
himself.
are cruel. And I always tell parents too, like the parents I work with, if your child is constantly acting out and having all these behavioral issues, look into what is going on. Talk to them. Like, they're not just doing these things just because they want to get in trouble. 9 times out of 10, they doing these things because they want some attention. They may have a little disorder or mental illness going on, you know, or they're taught these things. So you gotta get in your child's business, see what's going on. Like, don't just look at the physical form of them and be like, oh, they're good. And I think a lot of parents do that. They just look at you and see that you're happy or you're smiling, you got your clothes on, you brush your teeth, you know, like, it's more to it than that when you checking your child. Like, you should be asking them, how do you feel? What's going on at school? Especially at school, because I feel like a lot of issues happen at school. Like,
a lot of things happen.
any child know, like, your heartbreaks and your first bully encounter, like, a lot of experiences as a child happen.
And even the clickiness, not feeling like you fit in, like, all of that.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
trying to create an identity.
Yeah, it's a lot.
All that.
I made sure I was the it girl.
Okay.
That was so random. I made sure, even though I made sure I was the it girl.
Period.
I walked in
The girls that get it.
Yeah, I really didn't do the bully thing. I ain't do bully like that. I probably was a bully, but
no, you wasn't.
I probably was.
So, because you're a baddie. Now, I know for a fact you deal with males that try to come at you. So, I know that's a silent struggle that you probably have to face, that you probably can't decompress. We're here, they're pretty girls.
Right.
Like, how do you handle that? Trying to be professional, being a baddie, but you got these, what you call them, scammies. Just don't know how to keep it.
Yeah.
In their pen.
Yeah. How do you deal with it like that? And y'all, I'm gonna say niggas. Fuck me.
What you mean, like in my professional life or in my
professional life?
Do black men come to you a lot for therapy?
Yes, they do.
And they deal with celebrities.
Shout out to them. Yes, they do.
Oh, you're a celebrity therapist.
Well, yeah. When I see them and I see that they're taking a turn to even try to do that, I automatically set those boundaries right then and there. Like, no, this is not that type of relationship. Like, I done dropped clients plenty of time. I remember one time I had this dude. He decided that he wanted to blow my phone up. Like, he probably called my phone like 80 times.
And
he was like, you're supposed to be here for me. Like, what kind of program is this? And I'm like, baby, this is not that type of program.
At all. Therapist or your wife?
Exactly. I was like, this
and even
is not
your
that
wife,
type of
you don't need to call her 80 times.
Thank you. But that shows like why he was in therapy, and I tried my best to kind of, help him and guide him. But it really didn't work out, so I had to discontinue that relationship. Like, I had to tell him, it's affecting my personal life.
That's
like, my phone just bling, 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 bling. He texted. I'm like, oh, okay, you got the wrong idea. Okay, I done been a little too nice. So I try to set the tone, but ever since then, that was like when I first started out. I think I was a little timid or something. Yeah. But now, I don't know. They don't try me now.
Don't even play with her.
In my personal life, yes, they do. I'd be like, y'all are so thirsty. But
of course.
In my professional life, no, they don't. I think it's a level of respect. Like, when I walk in the room, I try to set that tone. And like, I actually have a lot of gay clients too, male clients.
Nice.
And they are so cute. Like, they always compliment me, and I'll be like, I don't know how to feel about that. But I just be like, thank you. Like, I like your hair. Like, they get into the fashion, beauty and stuff. So I just embrace it. I'm like, okay.
And you should. Them compliments from the gay men be real life compliments.
Yeah.
They know what they talking about. Yeah. If they say your shit lady, your shit lady.
Yeah. But other than that, no, I don't deal with that. I think I'm doing a good job with setting those boundaries. Versus when I first came into the game, I think I was a little timid.
Okay. So I do want to talk about your book here. If you don't mind, can we pick it up?
Yes.
So, Understanding Anger.
Mhm.
And I want y'all to go cop this on Amazon, okay?
Yes.
Where else can they find it? Just Amazon?
Amazon.
Go cop this
Understanding
on Amazon.
anger.
Yes.
Now, I want to speak on it because a lot of people they don't understand their anger.
Mhm.
So what was the motivation and the inspiration behind writing this book?
Honey, my own anger.
Hello.
So,
And anger is such a strong emotion, right?
yes.
That's such a rageful.
It
state
really
to be in.
is. It really is. And I feel like once you understand that anger is not really a bad thing, you're able to navigate through it. And one trick that I learned was you have to change your perspective of things. You cannot always see things how you want to see it. You know, and it's like, even if you do see it for what it is, you have to kind of psych yourself out to say, okay, that's not what it is.
Right.
Especially if you know that you're a person that goes 0 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
So what inspired me was, at the time of me writing that book, during that period, I was going through it in a relationship. I was having some issues or whatever, and I noticed that my anger was getting out of control. Mind you, I already took an anger management class to become an anger management specialist and everything. So I already had these notes. So this was during the pandemic. So I noticed, once I noticed that my anger was kind of getting off the hook, I was like, you know what? Let me read my notes. Let me go back to my notes, because I have the tools. Let me pull them out. A lot of times we do have the tools, but we don't even remember, or we just don't use them. We set them aside and we just don't use them. This particular day, I end up digging up the notes or whatever. I looked over the things. I'm like, okay, yeah, got that. So as I was reading the pamphlets and stuff, I was just taking notes. And when I got finished taking notes, I was writing like a journal. I was writing notes. I'm like, this is a whole book. It was a lot, because I've always loved writing.
Yeah.
So once I got finished with that, I was like, this is a book. I'm about to publish this. And I just started typing it, and I was like, I'm gonna come out with an anger management book, because I want to help people, especially black men, because I feel like a lot of times they are angry and they don't even understand why.
They don't talk about that.
They don't talk about their problem.
I really don't. I genuinely think they don't understand why.
They don't
Like,
understand.
I really think that.
So
And
in
so,
that book is to help them understand.
Yeah.
Each chapter is not too much, especially if you're not a reader. So it's it's just enough information to help you understand, okay, this is why I might be angry. This is the cause of it. This is some things I could do. Because I even talk about childhood. A lot of things are taught. You're not just angry. You might have been taught to hit a woman. You might have seen, you know what I'm saying? You might have seen your mom and your dad arguing, and your mom throwing glasses at your daddy. Like, those are things that some people are taught. But one thing that we have to do is learn how to control it. And that's the key. Like, we all get angry, but it's about controlling it.
I know that's right.
I love that.
And I think we don't highlight men mental health enough.
We really don't.
Men
Poor black
already
men,
feel like
especially
they don't.
black men.
Right.
You wanna know what's so funny? When I first created this podcast, it was technically for men.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted a man's perspective on
that's
everything
dope.
a girl go through.
Wow.
That was the whole reason of creating this podcast. I wish you would have had a man here too, because I want them to just pour your
We gonna
mind
get
out,
next
man.
episode's a band.
Yeah, don't get a man.
Yeah.
And that was the whole reason of creating this, because men, like I said, they mental health don't get highlighted.
It doesn't.
So what advice would you give to a man who feel like they have to be strong? Like, let them know, like, it's okay to cry.
Yeah, it's definitely okay to cry. And even for you, when you said that you was taught to not cry in front of people and stuff, like, I feel like, you can cry in front of people. You could cry in front of the people who you are safe around. And I always go back to your support system. Like, if I'm sitting here in a therapy session with you and you like, well, I don't want to cry. I'm like, well, you do yourself a disservice. Like,
Right.
cry. I got a whole closet full of tissues. So, for men, I would say, do not be ashamed of your struggles or your mishaps. We all have issues. I feel like as women, we have to be more supportive to men as well. If we're going to promote men's mental health, we have to start by being supportive, of course. So I would say, don't be ashamed of your issues. If you find yourself having some dark thoughts, or you find yourself being extra or extremely angry, that's a good sign that you should seek some help. You should, like the same advice I gave to you, I feel like you should always have somebody there that you could talk to, whether it's a mentor, someone a little older that can give you some knowledge and wisdom. I think the biggest thing for men is to talk. Like, they don't talk enough. When they're going through stuff, they just shut down. And I think that's unhealthy. I think that is the reason why sometimes they can become uncivilized, because when you're holding your thoughts in, you're not able to really express how you feel. You're not able to organize those thoughts. They're everywhere. So now you just shut down, and we get stuck with that. The black woman gets stuck with that. Yeah. And we don't know how to aid you during that time. So it's like, okay, if you're going through something, especially if it's financial.
Hello.
And I'm not saying it like that, but y'all are women, y'all are black women, I'm pretty sure every woman in here has experienced that. When it comes to, like, especially finances, because that's a big one. I feel like if you are going through something and you definitely have a lot on your mind, you should be able to express that to the women in your life, express that to your woman, and I feel like you shouldn't feel ashamed about it. And as a woman, you should be able to support your man. But I feel like they go wrong when they don't say anything, because now as a woman, we trying to figure out what's going on with you, and we can't read your mind, but we can read your energy, and your energy is completely off. So that's going to cause more chaos.
She's talking
so I think communication is key.
And I'm trying to figure out, how do I handle these black men with all these problems? Like, not to say that black women have problems too, but I feel like you said, sometimes we just get stuck with it, right? Because we're the ones that date black men, we nurture black men. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like we get the shitty end of the stick, if you will, because they're not knowing how to process their emotions or effectively communicate. Yeah. And it's like, at what point is it wrong? Like, because I be feeling bad. Like, I want to support black men because I really love black men. You know what I'm saying? But we not finna do this. Like, we not doing this. No, we not finna do this though. Right. Like, we not punching no walls. We not doing none of that. Like, we not throwing shit. I'm not with none of the drama.
None of it.
None of it. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, how do we help a black man who's not even aware to know? And I be trying to tell him. I be trying to read these niggas fuck. Like, what you're really mad about is.
But see, that's what we gotta stop doing. Okay. Because we always just assume, we make assumptions of. But it's like, since you're not telling us exactly.
She said, I gotta read these.
You're not telling us what's wrong with you. So now I have to come up with my own assumption of what's going on. But that can create even more of an issue, because now you assuming something that may not even be what it is. So I always say, stay silent sometimes. Just stay silent enough to make a person comfortable, enough to make him want to open up to you. Right. Because if you stay silent long enough, then he's going to break. He's going to eventually say what's on his mind. Right. Because now you're not making it an issue. You're making it more so of just, I'm here. It's a settled situation. This is peace. Yes, like, just make it a peaceful environment for the men, because I feel like a lot of times when we don't know what's going on, we jump to conclusion, and that it just throws more fuel to the fire.
It's the truth. That's why I'm gonna stay single. I'm healing in my journey right now. I'm probably gonna go start seeing Miss Tieara.
Look, in my head, I was like, I need to come stop. Look, you see me out here like,
I'm gonna come pick him up. I'm healing right now.
This is a good season too. I'm like, dang. Yeah. And I always had the what do they call it when you can think of the future? Prediction. So I always had a prediction that in 2025, mental health will become a prevalent thing. More people will start, talking about their issues.
Why 2025?
I don't know. I just had that prediction. Like,
it's been jumping.
And now, yes, like, soon as December hit, people want to change their life. I'm like, I know that's right. Y'all keep being busy.
And because that was my platform for Miss Black Atlanta. So when I had to do my platform, I chose youth, specifically mental health. Yeah. Because I'm like, they struggle so much. One thing I do want to talk about is why when we cry, because I know you said like it's okay to cry, but we're looked at as weak. Like, it's weak. We can't cry because then we're weak.
I love to cry.
And that's why I can't cry. Like, I cannot cry no more in front of people.
You can cry, honey. It's so good for you. But it's actually strength to be able to cry. That's gangster like. I feel like when people try to act like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's weak to me. No offense to you, but that's weak to me.
No,
like,
you're absolutely
let it out.
Right.
That's strength.
But it's so hard to cry. Like, I can be so sad in front of you. Like, but tell me if I got a problem, because I think I got a problem. I'm for real. So instead of me crying, my first instinct is to pick up the nearest hardest thing and throw it at your head. I'm talking about bullshit eye. Like, I want to hurt you. I want to hurt you.
Okay.
But that's a form of expression.
Okay,
So how is that not considered weak?
because I don't know. I guess because in my head I look at it. Not to try me again. That's it. I literally leave the conversation like that. I pick up my phone, throw it dead at your head, walk over there, pick it up. I'm like, now what lesson did we learn today?
She
What lesson did we learn
She
today?
low key not wrong.
That's a misconception, though. I think crying is good for you, but I mean, a lot of people do look at crying as a weakness, and I'm not gonna lie, I can see where people can say that because it depends on who you're around. Like I always say, it's comfortability is everything. You might not feel comfortable with crying around a person that you don't like or a person that's
sissy.
Yeah, but you know what's the toughest thing to me is boundaries. I feel like before we get to throwing shit, like I'll cry in front of a nigga and leave tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get me fucked up. Like, my sadness is not weakness. It's just, damn, you got me so frustrated to the point I'm in tears and I'm out of character.
Yeah.
That's my cue to go. And that's just the most gangster thing you could do.
I gotta learn.
Is leave nigga where they at.
Understand
And they be
anger.
shook. That's the
walk
only thing
away
they
from
do.
it for a second. I always ask people, especially my clients, like, do you consider yourself as a fighter or a flighter? It's two responses that you have during altercation. Either you're gonna fight or flight. I think I'm a flighter.
I need to get away once.
I'm a flight.
Right.
You know, don't get me
I
wrong.
never
I know I have not always been like this. Like, trust me. But I feel like the more that I learned about life in general and human psychology and about myself, I'm like, okay, the best thing for me to do is probably to walk away from a situation because I know me. I'm going to get violent. I'm going to say something that I cannot take back, you know? And I've done that before and I felt so stupid. Like, why would I say that?
You go low, I go to hell.
Ooh,
That's Shantia thing. That's a thing.
We're trying to clear up my personality right now, okay?
It hurt because they'll never see it coming from me. And it's just like, oh, but so now I have to walk into the other room or just walk away and gather my thoughts and then come back and give you a response. So, I mean, even with fighting is not bad. And when I say fighting, I always say not with your hands. I ain't saying throw no hands. I'm saying fighting as far as confronting the person. Confronting them in a healthy manner, confronting them in a civilized manner.
Okay,
right.
Can we, like, seriously, now this is for me personally, not for y'all.
Yeah.
How do I confront somebody without slapping them? Just being real. I just want to get how
you're a journalist. So if you're a journalist, that means you know how to talk. That means you know how to form words.
Communication.
Jantia, girl, I believe in you. I know you can do it. You are a well-spoken young lady.
Because when you say you got to confront somebody with a healthy response, I'm like, what does that healthy response look like? Because I'm going to be honest. If a dude was sitting right here, let's just say, my nigga, you don't piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say, just talk to him. Say, hey, what you did wasn't right. I'm like, okay, I'm going to come over here. Nigga, what the fuck you did wasn't right. Why the fuck would you go do that shit? And then you're like, that ain't what I said, dude. I'm like, sorry, that what came out my mouth.
Every time, I just made a post about that. I swear to God, it's so funny. Every time I talk to my clients, especially female clients, I'm like, you know, keep your composure. You know, just try to come at them like this. Every single time they come back. What did come back like, I tried. I tried. They be like, I tried, but I just couldn't hold it in. I'm like, I just made a post about that. Like, it's a record breaker.
Writing text messages. For me, I feel like text messages are more better.
Direct to me.
I feel like it's better because if we in person, niggas want to cut you off. They want to throw in their 2 cents. I'm not even done saying what I'm saying. I need a message so I could indent, paragraph, comma, nigga.
You know my exclamation mark.
But when I'm done
and go back and read it back.
They do not read. You ask most men, they be like, I'm not reading all that shit.
Well, they don't listen either.
They will tell you, and I done heard it from multiple people. I'm like, y'all don't be reading it. And I done spent my hard time.
But they don't listen
all this
either.
out.
So what we supposed to do?
It makes you feel better. I feel like confronting a person is not for them. It's more for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for you to be able to get what you have to get off your chest to a person, it will make you feel a lot better than holding it in. Because when you steady around a person and you just associating with them, knowing you feel a way about them, that's making you even more heated. Right. You know, that's getting your blood really boiling now, because it's like, I really got a problem with you and I really want to say something to you, but a lot of times people just, they don't want to confront things. you can confront things in a way that is receptive and respectful. You know, this is what you're doing. This is what I do not like. Could you do this? It could be 3 sentences.
Yeah,
it don't have to be an argument. You can tell a person exactly how you feel in 3 sentences.
I'm gonna try.
They really don't like to. No, I've been practicing this. Like,
and just go quiet on them.
I love talking. Like, I'm a communications girly. Like, I will try to communicate as clearly, as maturely as possible. And really, it intimidates men because they're used to girls being off their rocker.
But you don't want to talk their head off either. They gonna
I do talk a lot.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do like, girl, oh, now you lost me.
But why we gotta follow all these rules with them? What's their rules? How come I can't talk too much, can't text, can't do this, can't do that, can't throw nothing?
Seriously. I always say that. Like, y'all
they just doing everything.
Exactly. But I feel like men need to, I always say that, men need to listen more. Men need to learn that women have a voice too. Like, it's okay to give your woman a voice, because if you're in a relationship with her and she's not feeling heard, then it's not going to work, because at some point that woman is going to explode on you and you're not going to like it. So you better just listen when she's speaking to you calm, and
I give it 2 times. After that, maybe one time. Maybe it's one, I don't know. After that second time though, it's a wrap.
This stuff that I've been practicing, oh my God. It's like Buddhism. I feel like a Buddhist sometimes. It's real zen.
Before we talk, because you over here spilling the tea, and I think they need to hear this tea. I thought somebody was going to cry on the couch.
No, I'm getting aggravated.
Why are you aggravated?
Because men get on my nerves. It's like you can't do no right with these niggas. Like, it's like I try to communicate like an adult. It's like, you know what? You're blocked. They're blocked.
And that works too.
It works fabulous.
The block button, just press it.
Amen.
And keep it moving.
And protect your peace.
Yes. And keep your options open. I always tell people that.
I like you.
Don't go hiding.
Like her.
Clap that. Don't go hiding that.
I love that.
I want to ask this before we go into the group chat.
Okay.
What are 3 steps that you would give to somebody who wants to work on communicating properly without it exploding?
3 steps.
What 3 steps can they take?
Okay. Collect your thoughts.
Okay.
So once you gather your thoughts, you gotta organize your thoughts. I think a lot of people's thoughts be scattered everywhere. So in order to effectively communicate, you have to have your thoughts right in order.
Yes. Okay. Collect your thoughts.
Collect those thoughts. 2, I would say check your tone, because tone is everything. It's not about what you say, it's how you say it. So check your tone before you even say anything. Make sure your tone is correct. And thirdly,
explain the right tone. Hey babe, this is how I'm feeling.
Oh, listen. That'll work too. I do that too. I do those. Girl, I am a whole actress.
I'm gonna put both y'all in the group chat. Now, what y'all told me?
Sometimes you gotta be like that, real gentle, you know? Very demure. How you doing?
All right. Okay, so step 1, collect your thoughts. Step 2, watch your tone.
Watch your tone. And 3, be honest. Be open and honest about how you feel. Don't just be saying any damn thing. Say what's really on your mind.
Can you go overboard a little bit?
No, like I think people say too much. You don't have to overshare your thoughts.
My heart.
Don't overshare.
Don't overshare your
thoughts. Just pinpoint it to summarize it.
Exactly, so that person can hear your needs.
Grasp.
Because the whole mission is to get your needs met. So always think like that. Like, I'm trying to get my needs met. It's hard to get your needs met when you're just crashing out. So that's how I always think about, what do I want? If I crash out, if I say this, I'm not gonna get what I want. So let me just.
What do we want? Do women know what we want? What
no,
you want?
I think sometimes
you know. Look.
Honestly, I think we can find out in this group chat, because we getting deep.
Get into it. Come on.
We getting deep. And we gotta tell the guests how the group chat work while I get the calls.
All right, so the group chat is pretty much like Never Have I Ever, but it's not like that. It's a little more classy, you know what I'm saying? It's have a little more structure. We're sponsored here by Let's Get Deep the
Not
Game.
the structure. Girl,
a little more structure. You know, we're not just asking crazy, raunchy questions.
I like raunchy questions, actually. I know I'm a therapist, but y'all, I'm cool.
We don't know. Let's get deep.
All your supporters finna know if you're a freak league, if you're not a freak league.
No, it's so.
Well, okay, I'm gonna give you an option. You have icebreaker, deep, deeper, and we'll do icebreaker, deep, or deeper. Which one you want to do?
What's the other one though?
Activity. I think you gotta actually get up.
No, we're good.
I'll go deeper.
Okay.
Everybody want to go deep. I told you throw away them other cards. You don't need them.
Okay.
We're going deeper every time.
Okay.
If you don't want to drink, sip your wine. I mean, if you don't want to answer the question, sip your wine.
Okay.
All right. Shuffle these cards up.
This has got me nervous.
I'm
Just a little gamey game.
I feel like these
Oh
ain't
my
explicit enough for me. Dear Pretty Girls got a card game coming out soon.
I love that
Ooh,
for y'all.
amen.
Please do.
It's gonna be explicit.
Okay.
Okay. Because I don't feel like these explicit enough. I love y'all, but these ain't explicit.
Not
enough.
explicit.
So pick any card of your choosing. Pick wisely and carefully.
Love the seasonal.
I think I'm trying to pick the middle. Ooh, this is a great question.
We're in the group chat, y'all.
It says, if you could switch genders for a day, what's the first thing you do?
Ooh, that's fire.
I'm gonna be a hoe. I'm gonna be a hoe. I wanna know how it feels. I'm gonna go slanging everywhere. Oh, I ain't even got to drink for that one. I'm gonna be a hoe.
You answer.
You know what? That was my first thought. I was like, I'll probably go.
I swear I'm swimming in some pool.
Listen,
I swear.
I just want to see how I feel.
It feels amazing.
I don't have to be a hoe, but I think I probably would. That's the first thing I probably would want to do. I mean, listen, I would be a trick if I was a dude. Like, if I met a pretty woman and a woman that does some substance that I really find, like, that gets me, and it's over with. I'm taking her to the mall. I'm taking her out to dinner.
I think that would be one.
I'm a smash.
Why? But why would you be a bitch ass? If we was niggas, we'd be bitch niggas, you think?
I feel like now when I'm putting myself in a male vibe, this girl said she'll be a bitch ass nigga. Because I really want to know, like, I don't think I'm gonna be a real ass nigga. Make me catch
like,
feelings.
I'm gonna be a real ass nigga, okay?
You know, you.
Nah, I'm having these hoes on the side.
Listen, you ain't gonna be my nigga. You ain't gonna be my friend, my homeboy. Hell nah.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm
I'm gonna be a little light skin with some curls and hair.
Oh, you a light skinned nigga? Oh, hell nah.
This is the worst.
Jesus Christ. Which movie scene always turns you on? Y'all know what I'm gonna say.
Which one?
Baby Boy with Yvette and Jolie. Come on now.
What is my favorite?
P Valley got some scenes.
Oh,
P Valley.
P-Valley
got stripper show. The stripper show.
what other scenes?
I like the sex scenes in Power with Ghost. He's so fire.
Yes.
Ghost
Yes.
and Angie Valdez, very steamy.
Yes. And this is a movie on Netflix called 365. They got a lot of scenes.
I'm gonna watch it.
I think Power was good. I think Ghost
It's
is
spicy.
fire.
Spicy.
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. Y'all got me.
She picking a good one.
Yeah, I like this.
She had that seasoning on.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It was that sprinkle. If you could go back and experience something again, what would it be and why? Wow. If I could go back to experience something, I would experience my early 20s. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to high school. I might go back to kindergarten. I'm starting saving my money. I know.
Happy birthday card.
I need to start
in the
saving.
bank.
I would go
I
back
swear.
there and start saving my money.
Yeah,
I swear.
Early. I would probably
Early.
buy a house at 15. Okay.
I'm telling you the truth.
And why would I do that? Because I feel like the longer you wait to do certain things, you kind of, I don't know, you lose the thrill of it. It's more so of like something that you're trying to fight to get. Like, oh, I gotta, like it's
It's a
too
hurry. It's
hard.
pressure on it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of pressure. It's forceful.
The
but
weight of expectations.
if I could go back to like 18, I would be saving up. I wouldn't now. How people be saying they would get married and all that. No, I wouldn't really do that.
No.
I would definitely be saving that money in the bank.
I
Get
would
working
I
on my
agree with
credit.
that
And,
wholeheartedly.
yeah, be the first
Taking
woman
all
in
that
history to
more
have a
serious.
900 credit
Yeah.
score.
And I would even took my academics more seriously.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna
didn't
say.
take my education seriously
Yes.
until college, and I feel like it just put me
Same.
so behind.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to UCLA, and I feel like if I would have focused
Focus
and
in
locked
high
in,
school.
I would have went to
You would've went.
UCLA.
Yep.
Mhm.
I agree.
So just be
I
more
agree.
responsible.
Those are my two things.
We got one more. Pick anyone.
Can I pick one?
Okay, we'll let you pick one after her. You all the way over there.
I want to pick one day. Go ahead.
Have you ever changed over the past year? Can you describe 2 ways you changed? This is good. Have I changed over the past year? Definitely. I've definitely changed a lot. And the things that I have changed, I feel like I'm more bolder. I feel like a lot of the things that I want, I'm just going to go get it. And I realize that it's not nobody that's going to save you.
Yeah. Right.
Like, no one is coming here to save you. You have to save yourself. And I think once I had that, like, vibe, I feel like a lot of things have been working in my favor. And also, I've been closer to God. So I've been working on my spiritual healing and my religious healing. You know, I trust God, so therefore I'm starting to trust myself a lot more. So that's what I mean when I say becoming bolder and just making bolder moves and not thinking twice about it.
Confidence, that confidence. Yes, amen.
Confidence.
So what kind of spiritual work do you do to help you, for people listening, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like so many people lack that. Like, what kind of work do you do to build your spiritual relationship with God?
I meditate. So I do a lot of meditation. And I think that's why I have so much inner peace, because I start my morning off with God. Like, no matter what, like, I don't care what it is, I will never skip praying in the morning. I pray a lot, but definitely have to pray in the morning. And I feel like once you do that, it kind of enhances and it brings joy to your day when you put God first. It do. And a lot of times I feel like a lot of people, and even last year, like, not this year because we just started, but if we could go back 1 year, I think a lot of times I was skipping a lot of steps when it came to faith in God.
Yeah.
So, pray.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. I would say mine is just working on my anger. I definitely worked on my anger. And getting closer to God. I pray every single night.
Yeah.
I pray during the day. I pray while I'm driving.
Yes.
Like,
and you know what? Getting closer with God also changes your perspective. Like, you really can't complain about shit. Like, once you locked in with God, it's like, what are we complaining about? We woke up this morning. We got a car to drive in.
You talk about motion. People always talk about motion. God is the motion. And he gonna help you with the momentum. Like, people don't understand. Like, you can have motion, but you on a different level when you got that momentum. Like, momentum is meaning you doing this longevity. You know everything is gonna be good. Like, and you couldn't stop it if you wanted to. That's that God. You can't stop it if you
wanted to. I could have stopped tomorrow if I wanted to. I swear to God.
We got this last card.
No, you pick it, John Tia. I was just
I literally read each one of them when I opened it.
All right, I'm going to take it to the end because nobody's touching me. It's over here. Okay, what do you spend the most time thinking about and why?
I always ask my clients that too.
That's awesome. Why do you ask your clients that?
Just to see where their head is at. Because the things that you think about all the time is really where your head is at.
Yeah. Mine's is literally making money. I'm thinking about my businesses 24/7. I don't stop. I wake up thinking about them. I'm sleep thinking about them. Like,
that's that hunger.
I think about Southern Sea Report. For y'all don't know who Southern Sea Report is, I think about that. What's my next interview? What bookings I got? They're pretty girls. All right, how we finna advertise, market, what we got, what we finna do, what we finna elevate on. I'm thinking about getting this wine glasses. Like, I'm literally thinking about my business.
But see, you don't have kids.
No, I have nieces and nephews.
But see, I bet you your answer is a little bit different.
Yeah, because I do have a son.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm also like that though, but for me it's a little spin on it. I just always want to make sure God is pleased with me. Like, I really think about that all the time, because if he's not happy with me, all shit gonna go to hell. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that, but I mean, like, everything goes down the drain. So it's like, I also think about, like, my business and my career, but only because I know that's what God wants me to do. So it's like, God, are you pleased with me? Am I okay? Am I being a good mom? Am I being a good person? Like, you know, did I say that wrong? Did I do this wrong? Which it might be overkill, but it's not, because I feel like I'm supposed to go to God first before anything. Like, before I'm trying to impress anybody, I gotta impress God. So, like, if I said something to my mom and she got mad, Mom, you're gonna have to hold that. You know, God told me to tell you what was on my biscuit. You're gonna have to hold that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if God gonna tell me to jump off a bridge tomorrow, I'm gonna have to go jump off the bridge. Everybody gonna have to understand later. Okay. And some way I'm gonna rise above the water. Watch, y'all gonna see me rise above the water. God told me to jump.
Funny, bro.
I'm saying, God told me to jump. I jumped, you know? So for me, it's just always making sure I'm following my God-given purpose, like, which happens to be my career. Like, I know that my voice is supposed to touch people, my energy is supposed to grab people, save souls, you know what I'm saying? So that's always just top of my thing. Like, God, are we good? I'm doing good, right? You straight? You straight?
Y'all are some phenomenal women.
Thank
like,
you.
I'm proud of you. Thank you. I think you should do a card.
Yeah.
You know, I like this. I like this deeper ones.
I had to get the sexual question.
I know, right? Cut my sexual part out. Fuck my mama watching. Sorry.
If you got food involved in sex, what would you use and how?
Food?
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious answer is like a whipped cream or strawberry. Don't say that. Say something
Right.
different.
I'm gonna put. Okay, it's gonna be weird, but this is my fantasy.
Her
Not
kinky.
yours.
Her kinky.
I want cake on you.
Cake?
Okay. Yes, cake. I love cake.
She said it's my fantasy, not yours.
I want to put cake. I'm talking about a whole cake. Put it on you and eat that motherfucker off.
That probably be
Can
we get some ice cream with
Yeah, I'm saying that's a big
Look, this is gonna turn into a buffet. Hold up, not done yet.
Hey, put that.
She said, put some fried chicken
We
on.
can do that. I don't got no fantasies with food.
I don't either. I
You
never.
just made me answer. I could have kept my answer, girl.
Wow.
No, that was
See how
great.
shady that was?
No,
That was actually good.
That was
I'm cake would probably be.
I support that. I support
I
that.
do cake.
I could have drunk on that one though.
I love
I can
cake.
do cake.
Eating off my favorite man, even better.
Okay.
I
I,
like
remember one time this girl said, "Have you ever tried putting some sweet and sour sauce on your man?" Or
Hold
something?
up, baby.
I'm like, sweet and sour sauce. Y'all is crazy. Like, this is not when
Sweet and sour.
There's that one scene in the Menace to Society where she put hot sauce on him, ranch on him. Y'all
Do
don't know
people
that
do
scene?
that type of stuff?
I don't know. I
That's
saw it
cute.
in the movie.
I had an ex of mine always want me to do like peanut butter and suck it off.
Oh no.
Pardon my language. I'm just like, come on, baby.
No. A
Too
UTI is
much
ready to
going
come.
on. Oh god. Oh
Too
god.
easy.
Ugh.
Well,
Anyway.
one thing I could say, we shut this girl's group chat down.
We should
Yeah, that was a spicy
baby.
one.
Ate it down.
That was a spicy one.
And also, before we kind of wrap up and end, do you have any upcoming projects that we can expect and support you on?
Okay, and I do. So we got the book that's available on Amazon. So make sure y'all go get that. Another thing that I'm working on is actually a mental health show. It's called Minding My Mental.
I like
So we just got together and did the deck and recorded a few episodes. So we wanted to pitch it, and I feel like the concept of it is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's very powerful because you got me along with other therapists that's on the panel. 2 licensed therapists that's twins, and 1 other licensed therapist. So we're just really sharing our perspective on mental health, but we also want to have people come on the show, whether it's kids, whether it's, you know, just tell their story. Kind of like the modern day Maury show.
Like I Young Fix My Life.
Nah, I am.
Okay.
We don't want to go that, we don't want to go that route because I feel like I still want it to be entertaining. So I always explain to the producers, like, make sure it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want people to see more than just the professional side of me because there's so many layers to who I am.
Yes. Shout out to the multifaceted
And that's another
Black
thing,
women.
acting. So I got a few movies on Tubi that I'm in.
Period.
Mafia 2, that's one, and PUA. Those are 2 of the movies that I'm on right now on Tubi. And I actually love those projects. Like, people try to knock Tubi, but
No.
they watch it because I be
Yeah,
hearing.
Tubi's
But
a
people be
platform.
calling me like, "Girl, is this you on Tubi?" I'm like, "I thought y'all didn't watch Tubi."
We
I
watched
watched
too.
too.
They watched. It was very popular. That shit up there with Netflix.
Yeah.
I
My
Very much
auntie
so.
called me one time. She's like, "Is this shit with the movie?" I'm like, "That was me. I played the news reporter at the end." It's
Yes.
Come on now.
Come on,
I love
triple
this.
threat. That's what I call it.
I
you know,
love
triple
it.
threat.
So
I love
those
it.
are the 2 projects that I'm really focused on, and I'm definitely pivoting into more acting scenes, more show hosting and stuff like that. Like, I love therapy. I actually have my own therapy agency. It's called IAP. So I'm always looking for therapists. If you're a therapist or you're somebody that want to become a therapist, come join my team.
Hey.
But yeah, like I can see me pivoting. Just
Okay.
I can provide the therapy for you, therapist,
That's
but
great.
I don't know about.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna feel my insurance covers that.
And I do
You
accept
got to.
insurance. We accept Medicaid,
Man.
Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna,
Okay.
Aetna, and United Healthcare.
Okay, because that's
Period.
actually on my 2025 bingo card. Get a therapist. I'm tired
We
of
all
should.
need a therapist.
You should.
Yeah. And I think
You
you would
should.
thrive so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If like whatever chips on your shoulder, if you could get them off you with a therapist, I think you would
Yeah.
just
You would.
skyrocket.
I can see it too.
Yeah.
Yep, I definitely
Same.
can. And when I met you, that's the first thing you were seeing. So you need to get that.
Yeah,
Do that.
I've been saying that for the longest because I've always, and I promise you I was gonna wrap it up.
Mhm.
I always felt like I felt like a therapist was just somebody who get paid to listen. So I never went.
I mean, it in a way, yes. But before we leave, I always say you need a therapist that has these three things: a therapist that is relatable, a therapist that is reliable, and a therapist that's real.
Yeah.
Those three things, as long as you got that, you're good, because you want to know that you're going to a person that's practicing what they preach. I always tell people, I wouldn't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do.
I know that's right.
Yeah, but you do have the, you know,
you can feel it.
Extra sophisticated therapist that you might be looking like,
nah, girl, you my psych. We could probably drink wine in that
What
section.
is like being a celebrity therapist? Do we get really dark with the celebrity vibes, being that they in the industry?
Ooh, and I just got one of my dream clients. I can't tell y'all who, but I was just like, I cannot believe it. You know?
No, I know you can tell me.
Oh God. But it does get dark, but I look at them like human beings, and I think that's the safe place for them, because they look at it like, okay, for one, it's confidential, I can't tell anybody. For two, it's like, I think I'm a down to earth person. I'm a cool person. You can catch me outside, so it's just like we're relatable. So those 3 R's is there for them, definitely. And I think that it works for them. And I have a 99% success rate, so it's going good for me.
Period. Yeah. Well, we do want to thank you for stepping in with the Dear Pretty Girls.
Thank you.
You are a boss lady.
You really are.
Literally gave me some advice, gave her some advice, gave our some followers, supporters advice, and also like you out here doing your thing. So I do appreciate you coming on Dear Pretty Girls, sitting down with us, and just decompressing our minds. Yeah. We should have meditated for 2 seconds.
I was thinking that when I came on. I was gonna say I always start off with a prayer.
Can we end with a prayer?
Close with a prayer.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I love a prayer.
I'm ready.
Bow our heads. Go ahead. Take it away.
Let me take the wine out.
I know, right? You do the same now.
Sorry, God. But no, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity for us to come together to spread love, life, and motivation to the world. Thank you to the owners of this podcast. Thank you to the producers, everybody that's behind the scene. I just thank you for this opportunity, and for us to be able to sit and be at peace with ourselves, and to learn and to just fellowship, God. Thank you. And I just ask that you continue to give us more blessings, continue to pour into us, continue to heal our mind, body, and our spirits, God. Amen.
Amen. Well, we thank you so much, Tieara. And where can they find you at on all platforms?
You can find me at Tieara LeAnn, TIEARALEEANN. And once you Google me, you will see that I'm on Psychology Today, which is a great platform for Black therapists. So if you're ever looking for a therapist, you can find verified therapists. So it's not like not saying nothing against life coaches, but you have people who are really verified. They verify everybody that come on the site, and you can literally shop for a therapist. So that's one of the platforms that I want to start highlighting more.
All right, now.
Yeah.
I heard it here first from Miss Tieara LeAnn. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Okay, because I know how it feels to get a name true. But y'all heard it here first on Dear Pretty Girls. Rocky, where can they listen to us at?
You can listen to us on anywhere you can listen to podcasts, okay? We talking about Spotify. We talking about Apple Podcasts. We talking about YouTube. And follow us on Instagram at Dear Pretty Girls XO.
And send us that email as well, dearprettygirlsxo@gmail.com. And you will see us on the next podcast. And remember, being pretty isn't all to your story.
Clearly.
Bye.